Hey friends, welcome back to my channel and happy Wednesday. As you are seeing this, tomorrow will be Thanksgiving, and I just wanted to wish you and your family a happy, healthy, and blessed holiday if you celebrate Thanksgiving, and if you don't, I still wish you a happy, healthy, and blessed day, and I hope that you get to spend lots of time with your family and do all the fun Thanksgiving-y things. So for today's project, I don't have a tutorial. I do have a haul, and so if you've been watching my videos on Monday, you will have seen that I'm working on a documenting the seasons mini album, and I have been working through October. I didn't get any out this week. I had some challenges to get the videos published, but I do have plans to jump back into that project as soon as the holiday is over. And so that's going to wrap up my October season, and I'm going to go into Christmas. Hopefully I'll be done with October within the first week of Christmas. That's my goal. I picked up some supplies and mostly ordered them now because they have been showing up as out of stock or sold out. And so I wanted to make sure to get the things that I really wanted to use. Mostly I picked up stickers, and that's just because I'm finding a lot of use for the sentiment strips and for the fun images. And I think that I can use those in combination with paper that I already have. It doesn't have to be a holiday themed. It could just be a good coordination of the pattern with the festive colors. So we'll see how that goes. I have quite a few of these 12 by 12 sticker sheets, and I just really am enjoying dispensing out the little bits of color and the sentiment strip. So I wanted to make sure I had quite a lot of these. So these are the flat ones, and they come with quite a lot of variety. All of this haul came from the scrapbook.com website, and all of this is also Simple Stories. I just really like that brand, and I find that I kind of gravitate toward either the vintagey style or the retro inspired kind of patterns in that palette, which has more pinks and mints and non-traditional kind of color combinations. So here is the sticker sheet for Baking Spirits Bright. I didn't get the whole collection. I don't really bake a lot anymore now that my kids are grown, but I did love the sentiments here and these really sweet images. So I think that this will be a nice addition for keeping within that more vibrant color palette. I did get this Simple Vintage Rustic Christmas, not necessarily the same vibe, but I do like all of these different elements. So if I have a page that maybe doesn't call for the pinks and the mints, this would be a great way to finish that page. And then this is Mix and a Mingle. This came from that collection. I picked up that whole collection. I'll show you that in a bit. I am obsessed with this very retro vibe. It is so fun, and there's so many different elements for layering, so this is going to be a great addition to my book. And then lastly, I did get the Simple Vintage Christmas Lodge. Very traditional, very vintage inspired, again, obviously with the older Santas and some florals. So I'm excited to use that one as well. So that is the sticker sheets that I got that are just the cardstock style stickers. That's hard to say. And so I did pick up a couple of papers, not a lot. Let me just start with this one. This is the Simple Stories Mix and a Mingle, and like I said, I just really love it. It's very cheerful, it's very bright and whimsical, and so this has a really nice combination of those brighter colors. I picked up an additional sheet of this pattern because I want to use it as the cover for the albums. You know, I'm using those vinyl sleeves, and so you can have this pattern paper inside that cover. I thought back to how many pages I'm using now for my October documented album, and I did wind up going into 2 books. So I knew I would want them to match if I could, and so I got this full collection and then an additional sheet of this one, and I really like the back as well. So these are some cut aparts. You can use these separately or as a page. The sweet candy canes, some small gifts, and the only complaint I would have with Simple Stories is that they have quite a lot of cut aparts, so sometimes it's a challenge to decide what you want to use. So this is a combination of 4x4 and then the 2x2, but I also like this side as well, so that's going to be kind of a challenge to decide what to use. Now, there isn't as much paper here as it looks, but I have been having great success layering my offcuts with different combinations to get a similar but different look. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to get a lot of coverage out of this. Look at that, is so sweet. I absolutely love it. This one has some festive drinks, and then more of these offcuts, or these cut aparts I should say. There's so many of them, it's hard to decide. These tags are just amazing, and then the back is a great place to add your journaling because there's a line on there and a non-contrasting pattern. So this is not exactly red, so it has a more vintage appeal. And then these shiny bright inspired ornaments. This is the darkest pattern in the collection, but I think it's a good contrast if you put the other lighter, brighter layers on top. And then there's some more of the poinsettias and evergreen. This is going to be a nice background pattern if you have a very busy picture, so that it won't get lost on that. And then there's some little dogs with sweaters, so that's always cute. And then this holly on the mint background is so perfect. And then this one, I should have probably gotten an additional page of this because I want to be able to use both sides, but I didn't, so we're just gonna make that work. And then here's one with little tiny stamps. I might not consider cutting those apart, but this is a all over sort of snow inspired pattern. And then here are the 4x6 sheets, and this side would not work for me, but these two have a more profile of a orientation that will work in my book. So this is that mix and a mingle, and then the sticker sheet that I showed previously did come out of that as well. So I mentioned also the Baking Spirits Bright. I didn't get the whole collection, like I said. I just picked some of my favorite patterns, and I wound up getting 2 of these each because I liked the A and the B side. Little festive village there, and then you can't go wrong with a diagonal plaid. This one is beautiful pink with a red stripe, and then the B side has those funky little trees. This one I'm not sure about this side, but I did get 2 anyway just because I really like that mint background. And then here is my additional piece that I'm going to use for my book. I also got quite a few of these foam stickers, and I have already gotten into them. You'll see that when I start sharing, but I have very little willpower when it comes to new supplies, so of course I have to get into them. And these have quite a lot of variety to choose from, and this one you can see I peeled off the cardstock layer from the foam just to see if I could use it as a flat addition, and it worked perfectly. So if you get these and you're very careful, you can take your craft knife and peel up the top layer so that you can have it flat, which works best I think for those albums because it just, the volume of paper layers adds up pretty quickly. This is once again that fun 50s inspired vibe. This one goes to Baking Spirits Bright, I really love those little gingerbreads, and those sentiments are really nice. And I measured the widest one here will fit in the space that is left for the pages, so these will fit perfectly. Here's some of that. I did get into that one, and I made a Christmas card because I just can't not do it, and I'm gonna keep doing it, so I'm not gonna apologize for it because that's just how I am. This one has the wood grain on those sentiments. It's so pretty, and some winter birds. I think everyone knows how much I love winter birds. Some of these are a little bit too wide. This one specifically isn't really going to fit. I might turn it on its side to see if I could incorporate it as a design element, but these will be nice for cards as well if I don't. There's way too much supplies for one book, so I'll be able to use them for my cards. Here's a more traditional one. This came off Hearth and Holiday. I didn't pick up any of the paper for this, but I did like this more kind of traditional palette, and its sweet sentiments are going to be a great addition. This time I did pick up some numbers and some number stickers. This will be much easier than kind of scrounging around looking for ways to combine the numbers from different sets. So I have a little trouble now that I'm into the 20s for my story because I'm more or less out of 2s. So this will be nice because I can have all of my numbers filled in, and then if I want an optional different kind of number, I can pick this one. Has a wood grain with a white border, so that will be nice. There's also some hashtags in here and some hearts, so some additional elements to go along with that. So I did get the Simple Stories, Simple Vintage Christmas Lodge in the 6x8, and of course we've already gotten into that as well. And I really like that traditional color palette along with this size. It's really perfect for cards, and that's what I made. There were also some of the woodland bits, little ephemera pieces, which I have also gotten into and enjoyed using those. The last thing that came from scrapbook.com was a free gift with purchase. It didn't really arrive in time to be helpful for me this year for the Grateful, Thankful, and Blessed, but I think I can use that thanks, and then I can also use the I love you. This would be great for, obviously, the Valentine's season coming up. I know we get so far ahead as crafters, but really after Thanksgiving, I'm looking into already preparing for Valentine's Day, so that it will be a good addition, and it was a gift with purchase. And the last thing to share today is a package of glittery star stickers. This came from Amazon. There are 6 sheets in here. They are really nice for those books where you're trying to not add a lot of bulk. I probably wouldn't use these for a card unless I adhered it to a heavier cardstock and cut it back out, and I might do that coming up here as soon as Thanksgiving is over. I'm gonna be creating more Christmas cards to put in the shop, but this worked out really well for the extra detail without adding extra volume, and this was a pretty good value. I think for the 6 sheets it was less than $7. I'm pretty sure I remember it to be that. So this is going to go right into the bin, and I'll be ready to use those for my December documented album, which will be coming up starting in December when we wrap up the October daily album. So that's it for my haul. Like I said, I hope that everyone enjoys the holiday if you celebrate that, and if you don't, then I hope that you enjoy your time anyway. So that's it, and if you check in the description below, you can find links for our social media sites. And as always, I'm wishing you a happy and productive day, and I thank you so much for watching. Bye.